everybody, and happy Monday to you guys. I'm actually sitting in the parking lot of my job before I go in, and I wanted to go ahead and do this video quickly for you. So this is the owner of True Kitchen and Cocktails in Dallas, Texas. And there's a video that is trending because apparently this owner cussed out his patrons in his restaurant. And it got a lot of mixed reactions. Now, the reason why he got upset and was cussing at the folk is because this woman got on one of his tables and started twerking to some music that was playing in the background. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that, and then I'm going to show you his reaction to it. Go ahead and take a look at this, guys.
I invested a lot of money into buying this building, into developing this concept so black people can have somewhere nice to go to, okay? Somewhere where we can feel good about ourselves as they... Come on! Stop the music, please! Somewhere where our people can feel good about ourselves as a culture, okay? Yeah. No, real talk. And so all this twerking and shit, take it to Prime, take it to Pink, don't bring it here because we're a restaurant. And so beyond that, 75% of my customers are ladies. And I want men to show respect for themselves for how they carry themselves here. So how can I tell the men to respect themselves and you guys are twerking on glass here? If you want to do it, get the fuck out my restaurant. Because I did it for our people and I did it for our culture. So don't do it. No, don't do it again. I don't want to hear it. If you don't like it, get out because I don't need your money. I need to provide something for my people. And don't do it again. Thank you.
So as you see there, they said that the song playing was Throw That Ass in a Circle. Okay, so I guess she just took it literally and decided to do that. And you saw his reaction to it. And so his reaction to what she was doing is getting very mixed conversations online. A lot of people felt like he did way too much by cursing out the folks in his restaurant and, you know, telling them this is the way people are supposed to act and da. I saw people telling him that if you don't want folks throwing that ass in a circle, then you shouldn't play that kind of music, right? Because the DJ was playing that music. And then, of course, I saw people that were saying he has every right to, you know, establish boundaries in his establishment, and she was out of pocket, okay? Now, when I saw her on that table, I thought to myself, first things first, you are at a restaurant. And I know that there are some restaurants that have very mixed type of kind of like sometimes they may have a dance floor that will open up later. Some restaurants play music. You know, it just has a certain vibe to it, right? And a lot of people online that were giving their opinions had some of the similar thoughts that I had. But for me, if I'm in a restaurant, I don't care what's playing in the background. I'm not going to get up on nobody's table and start twerking. Now, that's just me. Now, listen, I have thrown my ass in a circle. As flat as it may be, I have thrown that ass in a circle. But it was at an appropriate, what I deemed as an appropriate time. That was when the dance floor opened. All right, but I wouldn't get up on nobody's table, you know, with my twerk win. You know, the twerk win, do you really want somebody's twerk win all over your crab cakes? Right? Do you really want that? And the twerk win in your drink? So I'm just kind of wondering to myself, you know, I don't care what's playing. For me, this is my personal opinion. I don't care what's playing. Just because if they play Sexual Healing by Marvin Gaye, does that mean that the patron's supposed to have sex? So I just don't necessarily agree with people saying that he was out of pocket for feeling that way about his establishment. Now, to be fair, I do feel like in that moment, he could have approached her personally, that table, and say, hey, ma'am, you know, we just don't want that kind of thing going on. Not necessarily addressing the entire restaurant, but again, that's his restaurant. He can do what he wants to do. All right. Maybe he feel like I ain't going to lose no patrons by letting folks know, because these folks in here are eating. These folks in here are eating and they know what it is. Right. And there's a time and a place for everything. Now, I saw one comment basically saying that he's participating in respectability politics, and if he didn't want people to dance a certain way, then he shouldn't be playing that type of music. And I almost feel like that's a Karen type of way of looking at it, telling somebody that if you don't want people to do something in your restaurant, then you shouldn't be XYZ and you shouldn't do this and this should do that. I don't kind of like, I don't necessarily agree with that, because again, he should be able to play whatever he wants in his restaurant. Now, listen, I have been to places that, I live about 30 minutes outside of Chicago, and then maybe 20 minutes south of where I'm at, there used to be this really nice kind of restaurant, and on the weekends, they would have a live band. And it was kind of for like, I would say the 30 and up crowd. The younger ones would usually sometimes be in there, but for the most part, it was the 30 and up crowd that were there. And on the weekends, after the live band, later in the evening, the DJ would come on, and as soon as you start hearing, work it, we knew what time it was, right? But in the meantime, prior to that, while we were eating, if you heard some music that you enjoyed, ain't nobody ever heard of just dancing in your chair. Yeah, who hasn't chair dance? You just kind of moving, you grooving to the music and stuff, you vibing, but you not getting up on nobody's table. I think that's just a matter of, excuse me, don't get offended, but how you was raised. Like, I just kind of know how to act depending on where I'm at. And let me ask you this: would you do that at a Morton's, at a Houston's, at a P.F. Chang's, all them fancy places y'all folks like to go to? Would you do that there? So if you ain't gonna do that there, and I don't give a damn what is being played, you know how to act. So people sitting here saying, well, maybe he should just play gospel music. Maybe he should just be playing classical music if he don't want the people to dance. He don't want people twerking on his tables. He don't want people twerking like that. I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. Again, his approach may have been a little off-putting for some people, and he may even lose some patrons because of it. But at the end of the day, that is his restaurant, and those are his rules. Okay, and you can get with him, or you ain't got to patronize his place anymore. Now, that's just my take on it. That don't mean that I'm right. But I just thought that this was a very interesting conversation to have. And again, based on the videos that I saw and based on the comments that I saw, I just saw that it was a very mixed reaction, right? Calling this man a black Republican, calling this man, saying he participated in respectability politics. I just find that off-putting. It's like, come on now, we don't know how to act in certain instances. I'm just saying, and people say that it's respectability politics, and I'm just saying, but listen, this is his restaurant. The majority, 99% of the people are sitting there eating. Yes, the music is playing. I'm sure people are vibing to it. They're enjoying it. But that doesn't mean that those people are going to get up and start twerking, right? I don't care what song is playing. And like I said, I saw people saying, well, if he don't want people twerking, don't play twerking music. And I'm just like, huh? What? Okay. Well, maybe that is a fair opinion, but I just personally don't think that's right. That's his establishment, and this is how he feels about his establishment. And if he wants to play, he could play whatever the hell he wants to play. Now, again, my thought on him was that maybe he could have just approached her privately, approached that table, and not necessarily, bring it to the entire restaurant. But that's his restaurant. He can do what the hell he wants to do. But I'm asking you guys, now that you've seen the video and you've seen his reaction, what do you think about this? Do you think that the restaurant owner is in the right? Do you think that he went over the line, telling people that they can leave, they can get the F out, stuff like that? Or do you think that the girl was just out of pocket for twerking in the first place and over the people's food? Her twerk went all over the people's food and the macaroni and the salads and the drinks. I don't know. I just think that it wasn't the time, girl. It just wasn't the time. Okay, turn up later. Like he said, this ain't the Pank. I don't think he meant the Pank, but he said this ain't that. It ain't that place. Okay, but anyway, let me know what you guys think about this, and do you think that who do you think was right in this situation, and how it was handled? Let me know. Sound off in the comments. Do me a favor, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I will of course see you guys on the next video. Take care, y'all.